Hi, Dr. John McGrail. Welcome back to A Better You in a minute or two. In our last episode, we talked about the concept of worrying and how most of us worry way too much about the past, about the present, about the future, and how worrying is like praying, focusing a lot of energy on what you don't want. Is the glass half empty or is the glass half full? Remember, when you focus energy, according to one of my favorite teachers, Abraham, you are creating an energetic vibration. That creates a point of attraction. So if you're focusing energy and creating a point of attraction on what you don't want, you'll tend to attract more of what you don't want. Glass half empty, glass half full. And I said, you know what? Don't even use that. Fill the glass up. Focus all your energy only on what you want. The glass is full, the glass is full, the glass is full. Now, I got a lot of correspondence, emails and text, and even a couple of phone calls saying, you know what? That sounds great. It's wonderful, and I'm good for a day or maybe two, and then I kind of start falling back into my old worrisome ways. And you may remember that I promised in this episode we were going to take this concept of the glass being full and put it on steroids, and that's going to help everybody out there that's been having a challenge with it. And the way we do that is with the new philosophy. Now, what is the new philosophy? Well, in order to explain it properly, I've got to go back many, many years, back to my youth. We had a matriarch in our family, Aunt Irene. We call them aunts in New England. So she was Aunt I, that was her name. And she was tuned in to the power of positive thinking long before it was ever popular. She had read Ernest Holmes and was, understood the science of the mind and actually practiced that. No matter what, when we go up to her farm in New Hampshire for summer vacations, it was always amazing. Not only were we spoiled, which was great, but Aunt I just had this amazing energy. She was always upbeat. She was always positive with people. And it was amazing. Even as kids, we could see that her life just seemed to flow beautifully. Now, fast forward to the summer after my sophomore year in college. I'm on my way home to Connecticut after a pretty good year academically, but my girlfriend had just broken up with me. I don't remember why, but I was devastated. So I'm going to Connecticut, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm starting my summer vacation. My girl just broke up with me. I'm miserable. I'm heartbroken. Ugh. What am I going to do? And I had a long 5-hour drive to figure it out. And so as most of the family members would do, I said, what would Aunt I say? What would Aunt I do? And I didn't even have to call her. I knew. She'd start looking for the positive side of the situation. And by the time I got home to Connecticut, I had found quite a few positives in the situation. So the next night, I met a bunch of friends. These are guys that I worked every summer with on a golf course from 8th grade all the way through high school and into college. And we always met the night before we started work at this place called Harry's Tavern, I think it was called. Now, ironically, Harry was one of the most negative, dour, mean people I've ever met. I never saw the man smile. So here we are in Harry's Tavern of Negativity, and I'm telling my buddies what has been going on, and that I'm feeling pretty good about the summer. And then I said, of course this was over a couple of pitchers of cold Frosties. The drinking age was 18 in those days, which was great for us. I'm not going to comment on the wisdom of that, but in the day, we were legal. So anyway, over a couple of pitchers of cold Frosties, I'm telling my buddies this story, and I'm saying, I'm really feeling good about this. And you know what, guys? I think we need to make a pledge, all 5 of us, that for the whole summer, we are going to look for the positive in every single situation we come across, no matter what. And if one of us starts going off the path, the rest of us are going to bring him back. What do you say? So after a couple of beers, it sounded pretty good. And everybody put their arms in the middle, so to speak, and said, all right, buck up, here we go. And someone said, well, what are we going to call this program? And I couldn't think of anything else but the new philosophy. I said, it's the new philosophy. So for that entire summer, we actually made the commitment and stuck to it. We always look for the positive in every situation. If one of us had an issue, we'd have a meeting, usually after work in a tavern over a couple of cold Frosties, and we'd figure it out for whoever was having the issue so that by the time we were done, we were all back on track. And I'm going to tell you, it was one of the best summers I ever had in my entire youth. We had more fun. We met more girls and went to more parties, which of course, when you're 19 years old is very important. And it was just an amazing summer. And we all left back for our junior year in college with this incredible positive energy. So, that's the new philosophy. How can you practice it? Well, the same way. Get 2 or 3 or 4, maybe 5 of your friends and get together and commit to always looking for the full glass. Not the half empty glass, not the half full glass, the full glass. Let's look for the pure positive in every single situation. And if one of us starts to go astray, we're going to gently bust that person and pull them back. We'll have a meeting if we have to, a meeting of the minds. Whether it's over a pitcher of cold Frosties or not is your choice. And we're going to adjust it, reframe it until it's back on track. And we're all going to commit to doing this. And I promise, if you do this, after a very short period of time, your life's going to start flowing beautifully. Now, for those of you who wrote in and said, this is great, but I tend to slip after a couple of days, when you've got the support of a team, so to speak, of a group, it's much easier to stay on track. And of course, when you have one another to support, it's much easier for everybody. And it won't take very long, a month or two, maybe the time of a typical summer vacation, 2.5 months or so, your life will be flowing beautifully. All of your lives will, no matter what. I promise you it really works. And then you may be able to say so long to that chronic worrying. Try the new philosophy. Let me know how it works and enjoy it. Have a lot of fun. Because remember, it's always about a better you. Until next time, so long.